Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 78. It is Wednesday, July the 2nd, 2025, and I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. As I do at the beginning of every video, hugs, thousands of kisses, and love to my husband Stan for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. If you are new to my FlossTube channel, welcome. I'm glad you found my FlossTube channel, and I hope you like what you see and subscribe and share and ring the bell and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For all my returning viewers and subscribers, hi, welcome back. Thank you. You guys are just, you're the best. I don't know how else to say it. I want to thank all of you for the prayers, the good thoughts, the positive vibes for Stan. I know I tried to leave it in a couple of places, but he was to be scheduled for surgery on June 27th, and that did not happen. On the 21st of June, Dr. Mare called and we talked, and he wanted Stan to get a second opinion. And I was very touched by that because he wants him to have the best possible outcome. So we are going to get a second opinion about the best approach to fixing his left side because of the insult or the things that went on in his post-operative period after the first surgery. So, of course, sometimes those things don't happen as quickly as we would like. Dr. Mare did want him to be seen this week, but I have checked in with the office, but I have not heard back for a scheduled appointment. So as soon as we get that, and then we will decide the best approach, and I will let you guys all know. But suffice it to say, Stan is back to all his regular activities. He's playing guitar. He had a wonderful concert with his band, the Elderberries, on June 20th, which was my birthday. And we're walking and doing all the things that we normally do. So again, thank you all so much for being there. I feel like all I have to do is lean back and you're all there to catch me. So thank you for that. I've had a lot of new subscribers, and I want to thank you guys for that. And so I will try to make sure that I explain everything that we're doing. I do want to say that I had a lovely visit Stan and I did, with Eva and Vince and Aria. She did come up the day after my birthday, and high on her list was to see Stan and spend some time with him. But I did get to spend some time with the children, and it's always just wonderful, as all you grandmothers out there know. So I will have run, maybe some pictures across on that visit, but it was always wonderful. Stan and I are not doing quite as much traveling or running over to the Bay Area, so it was really nice to have Eva come over. Okay, now I'm going to read the 10 people that were selected from the random comment generator, random comment generator for the Zoom number 18, which will be July 13th from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's get into that, because I'm really ready to have one. So the first person is Michellehilsbeck. Second is Nickel Heinz, 5491. Krista Grammer, 5898. Hi, Krista. SusanXStitches, and Susan is a FlossTuber. I hope that you guys are all watching her. I will connect her down below. Britches Get Stitches, who is also a FlossTuber, and I will link her information down below. Gourmettexas, Bethany Leland, 3754. Michelle Berube, Berube, 9213. Lola Loves Frank, 9. And LoftyMakes is the 10th person. Now, I will list all of these names in the drop-down box below. There will, if you have not given me your email through the Google form, the link will be there. And so I encourage you to go to that link and fill those. It's just a little form for your email, because that's how I will send you the link for the Zoom. So, and we have an exciting guest FlossTuber, and I can't wait to meet more of you. There were, well, I do know some of these people, but a lot of, there'll be a lot of new faces, and you know that I love that. So that will be for Zoom number 18. Zoom number 19 will be July 27th. That is also a Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So any of you that would like to participate, please put Zoom in your comment. If I try to go through all of those to make sure I'm hitting someone that has not had the opportunity to do a Zoom. But if if there's not enough to fill out the 10, then I do go to the Google form, which is numbered, and then I use a random number generator, and I will fill out the group with that. So I'm so excited to get these started. I missed you all from the because we did miss one Zoom. Okay, the winner of my giveaway of the golden watercolor butterfly by Rosewood Manor, and this was so generously gifted by Virginia with many charts that I will be giving away, is Sandy Arnold, 6707. And I do know Sandy. Sandy is a part of our For the Love of Stitches in Sacramento. So Sandy, if you will email me your address, I will get that out into the mail to you. Our new giveaway this time will be coming from dear Lorraine. She is on Instagram as #Stitcherelle, and I'll run that across the bottom. And she has a copy of the 2024 Nashville Cookbook. So Happiness is Homemade. So for those of you that may have missed that and would really wanted one, here's your chance to do that. So please use the word cake in your comments if you would like an opportunity to have that sent to you, and don't use words like prizes, giveaway, contest, freebies, anything that would attract the ne'er-do-wells, as I like to say. So I lost my train of thought. I hate that. But so it'll be the Nashville Cookbook. The word will be cake. Oh, and the other thing is you need to be 18 years of age so that I can legally ask you for your address. So yeah, so that is our giveaway. I do have one shout out that I would like to make, not because there isn't a reason probably to do a lot of shout outs, but one that this was her first video, and this is Paula, and her YouTube channel is PSstitchingstudio. And she has a very interesting story about her cross-stitch life and how she has come back to it. And again, as we all know, just been overwhelmed with the variety of fabrics and threads and charts that we all have virtually at our fingertips. I will say that that Paula has finished Laura Standish. And as many of you know, this is a sampler that I do plan to start when my life settles down. She has finished it, as well as Lois, which I showed you photographs of her finish in a previous video. It took Paula 25 years to finish. I need to get cracking, right? But anyway, please go and give her a big welcome, as only our community can, and welcome her into the FlossTube world. Okay, so where do I want to go? Oh my goodness, we'll do shares. How about that? Because I do, oh my goodness, I continue to be so thankful to all of you for sending in your finishes, and I love sharing them, and all of you that watch, I know, love to see them. So without further ado, I'll take a drink and we'll get started. So the first share is from Karen, and this is the Marl, M-A-R-L, Beale, B-E-A-L-E, wreath. She stitched this on an unknown fabric, and she used DMC floss. She changed the color of the middle house to yellow to match her home. Cheryl Howard of Stitching Frills on Etsy finished it as a wreath. So, oh, it's just lovely, Karen, and thank you so much for sending that. Next, we have Allison, and Allison finished a piece for the Colorado Cross Stitch Summer Camp. This piece is designed by Doreen Jones. There was 6,272 stitches, and her plans are most likely to frame it. Next, we have Anka, and she sent, let's see, 3 pieces. Okay, so the first one is Beggar's Fourth by Threadwork Primitives, and this was stitched on 40 count lamb's wool from XU Design. And then she did Lily by Stacy Nash. She stitched that on a 40 count linen, and she used her own thread conversion. And finally, Sweet Reward Pin Keep by Scattered Seed Samplers. She stitched this on a 40 count lamb's wool design by XU Design. And there is one more, and that's the Chapman Design and Kit from Nimue, that is N-I-M-U-E, and she stitched this on a 32 count linen. So Anka, as always, thank you so much for sending us your beautiful finishes. Next, we have Desiree, and Desiree sent 2 pieces. And the first one is the Watchful Eye by Lottie Da, which is stitched on a 36 count old lace with the called for gentle arts, and she did some of her own personalizations. And second is Disagree by Revel Stitcher, stitched on 36 count Vespers by Tropical Stitches, and she used the Roxy Floss Charcoal. And as many of you know that have been here before, I am also stitching Disagree by Rebel Stitcher. Next, oh my goodness, I don't have the name. I'm gonna stop this for 1 minute and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, we're back. I'm so embarrassed. It's Virginia. I don't know how I could forget that, but I didn't type her name down when I wrote it. But she sent her finish of Ursula's sampler, and it is stitched on 40 count Lakeside linen buttercream, and she used Belle Soie tulip. And this is also my finish of Ursilia's sampler behind me, and I did use the Belle Soie tulip as well. So it is such a gorgeous sampler. And second, she sent Cirque de Coeur by Ink Circles, and she stitched this on a 40 count Winter's Brew by R&R Reproductions with a DMC variegated number 4130. And Virginia is also the lovely person who has donated so many of the charts that I have been doing for giveaways. So Virginia, thank you so much for sending those. Next, we have Marcia, and it is her finish of Elizabeth Whitworth on stitched on 16 count sand dollar Ada. The frame is from the 50s, and it was in her parents' house. And like her matriarchal great-grandmother, Elizabeth moved from Virginia to Tennessee 100 years apart, 1846 to 1946. And in 1940, Elizabeth lived in 1846. 1946, 100 years later, was when her parents the Stitchers' parents, Marcia, got married. So she added her great-grandmother's initials, added Mimi, and then she had initialed her initials to honor her Tennessee mother. I'm so sorry, Marcia, I just feel like I bungled that. But anyway, it is beautiful stitching. Thank you so much. And Katie sent Lincoln, which is so appropriate right now, by Carriage House Samplings, and she stitched this on a 36 count vintage country mocha with DMC, and this was a gift for her grandson who is heading off to college. And her second piece is Wonderful Life by Heart and Hand, and she used the called for fabric, DMC, and buttons, and this is going to be a gift for her great nephew. And finally, we have Tessa, and Tessa has two absolutely gorgeous pieces. The first is Sarah A. Sanderson by the Scarlet House, and this was a homespun and needlework Facebook exclusive. She used the called for 40 count fabric and threads. Her second piece is Pink Sparrow Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And she started, this was her birthday start for last year. She stitched this on a 40 count Provincial by Whoopsie Daisy Designs, and she used her own thread conversion to a Cascade House silk threads. So wow, those were the fabulous shares for today, and I'm just so honored to be able to show these. So anytime you guys finish something that you would like for me to share, please send it to the email that is listed below with the picture of your finished piece, and we'll share it, and everyone can enjoy your beautiful stitching. So I'm going to stop for 1 minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, I do want to take a minute to remind everybody about the Midsummer Stitching, the virtual retreat that will be hosted by Stephanie of Lindy Stitches. That will be July 19th and 20th. So if you haven't got your tickets, head over to her website and make sure that you purchase those, because it is, again, it is a fabulous way of building community and meeting other stitchers. I know you guys don't think this is water, but I promise you it is. Okay, so I have a fully finish. I have 2 new starts. I have a basket full of whips. I have some absolutely fabulous Happy Mail that I am so excited to share with all of you. So let's jump in. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a little bit. All right, my fully finished piece is Eddie and Patsy. I know it glares. This is just a frame from Amazon, but I am so happy. I love this, and I'm hoping that they'll grab this as my screenshot. But I stitched this on a piece of 36 count catnap from Roxy Floss Co. using all the Roxy Floss Co. Threads, and this was designed by the absolutely fabulous Ellen of Maximum Cross Stitch. So I'm very happy. Look at that fabric. It is just great. So I laced this and popped it in this little black frame. With no shame, I'm copying Kim of Contented Needlework with the choice of a black frame for this because she did it, and when I grow up, I want to be just like Kim. So Eddie and Patsy is finished. So now I can continue to work on other bird stitches. I have Birds of a Feather circled together by Mama Loves You GB, and then I did sort of, get some other charts of birds that I shared with you guys last week in my enhancements. So, okay, so I also have 2 new starts. I will show you my, I'll show you June in my book of days. And I put sticky on the back, and that is from the piece of fabric that I'll be showing you in just a minute. From Moonshine Stitchery, Phoebe dyed a piece of fabric for me, and I'm so honored. And as of yesterday, she does have some more in stock. So if any of you would like to get a piece of my stitchy spot, please feel free to go and do that. But so anyway, this is my June, and of course July is only it's a blank slate to be filled with lots of stitching. So okay, so my 2 new starts. Let's get those out. I talked to you about starting this in my last video, and it is on Phoebe's fabric, but it is A Cloud of Sweetness, HS 1850 by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is pretty much a chart that I saw and I had to have. So I am stitching it on the 40 count, my stitchy spot. I am using the DMC conversion for the back of the piece. So Jacob gives you several, you can do the front, the back, and there's also a Roxy Floss Co. 3-color conversion. So this is my start. And of course there's a dangling thread, but look how sweet and dainty. Oh, my beautiful fabric. So this is A Cloud of Sweetness. And Phoebe of Moonshine Stitchery has started this with me. Steph, Lake Girl Stitches, has done a start. And I know Kim of Contented Needleworker plans to start it. So any of you that have started or plan to start it, please let me know in the comments, because it'll be great fun to stitch together. So that is A Cloud of Sweetness by Modern Folk Embroidery. And it lives in one of the new project bags that I made. And again, because I have had so many new subscribers, this is how I often label my bags. I have one of the little Kodak step printers. It kind of hooks up with your phone, and you can print off these sticky pieces. And so I have a picture of the chart, and I put it on the sticky. I make a tag, and then then I can see exactly what's in the bag. So that is my first new start. And my second new start, which I am also quite excited about because it's the first one I've done, is Partridge and Pear. It's a Satsuma Street ornament because I am going to stitch Stitch Christmas in July. So I just think these are so lovely. It's on perforated paper, and this is my start. So let's got something right here. Yeah, there's my start. So anywhere obviously you see the blank spaces will either be a sequin or a bead. And I really want to do more of these. I really like them. They're very relaxing because they're not real complicated. So that is Satsuma Street, a Partridge and Pear. And it's gonna live in, guys, this was the very first project bag I ever got. And it was a gift and made by Jan Holder of Hoop It Up with Jan. And well, you know, guys know how easily I cried, but I cried when I got it because I'd never had a project bag. And look how beautiful it is. It's just gorgeous. And it's the perfect size for, show the back. It's the perfect size for one of these little beaded ornaments. So Jan, thank you. I will never forget that. Okay, so that is my Partridge and Pear. So that is my second new start. So that would push us into whips. And I have a bag full. Okay, a laundry basket full. Okay, again, if you're new, I keep my whips when I show them in laundry baskets. And so I stack them and then I move them into another laundry basket. But it keeps them from falling and sliding, and so it's a good system for me. So, okay, my first, and so you're going to start seeing some Christmas pieces. And here is the Artsy Housewife. I am in her Patreon. And this was Fairy Reindeer. I just think she is so cute. And I am stitching this on a piece of 36 count heirloom lace. And I'm pretty sure that's color and cotton. I'm using the call for DMC. And this is my progress. So, you know, I've been coming down and starting to get the dress. What I am dying to get to is those striped socks. So this is Fairy Reindeer. She just, look, her face, she just really has a way of the sweetest faces on her animals. So that is a Fairy Reindeer by the Artsy Housewife. Okay. Next we have, this is the Stitch Along for Across the Pond, which is a group that is organized by Marie of Stitches and Diamonds and Angie, the Tiny House Stitcher. And there is a Facebook group. And I did remember last time to put the link below, and I will do it again. You will be asked some questions to join. But Sarah of Sew Me Sarah organized a Stitch Along, and this was the piece we voted on that won. Sarah divided it up, I think, into 10 sections so that we could finish it before January, when our hopes are to do another one. I have fallen behind, so I was doing really good, but the house got me. But this is, and I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count wheat by Fiber on a Whim, and I'm using the called for overdyed floss. And so this is So I tried to get some more of the roof in. I'm working on the windows. That's kind of where I am. But the house should have been done in May, so I am officially behind. But enjoying every stitch. And it's a gorgeous piece of fabric. So that's One Stitch at a Time by Lottie Da. And that is the stitch along for Across the Pond. And Across the Pond, when you join the Facebook group, then you can join in on, they have Zooms once a month. They're usually always the second Saturday of the month. You do have to purchase a ticket, but the ticket doesn't cost anything. So you purchase the ticket, and then because they try to keep it to about 40 people on the Zoom, but it's again, it's delightful, and it's a wonderful way to build our community and to meet other stitchers. So my next piece, also Christmas, is Merry Santa. I got this when I was in Teresa Kogut's Patreon. I was working to try to get to this house because I love the house sitting in the pot. I'm stitching this on a 36 count Cola by XG Designs. I'm using the called for DMC. And here is where I am. So I did work, I worked up here. This is going to be the wreath. And then I got almost all of this extra, is that where I was? Yes, all of this extra leaves down here. So I'm pretty close to being, to where the house is. So that is Merry Santa by Teresa Kogut. Okay. Next, we've got, what is this going to be? Oh, I just had to pull her out. Again, Karen, Recovering Monogamous Stitcher, is also working on this. And in fact, she's the reason I bought it in the first place. And this piece is in my Whip Go, but it hasn't been called. And I just felt the urge to put some stitches in it. So this is Katerina Adriana Lewinson, 1777 by 1884 Stitchery. And I am stitching this on a piece of, I counted it out, it's like a 35 to 36 count mystery linen. I think it's a Picture This Plus. And I'm using the called for DMC, and it is on a big piece of fabric, but oh, look at this. Ah! So I primarily, I did just a little work in the border, but I primarily worked on the bird, and I put all these stitches in right here. So how gorgeous is that? It is just so beautiful. So that is Katharina Adriana Lewinson, 1877. She's big. She is, does it say here? Huh. I guess it's not readily available for me to tell you, but she's big. Okay, and she got moved because she was just in a regular Amazon bag to one of my new project bags that I made last time. I watched Celeste. Celeste Creates has done a tutorial on making project bags. I want to stick this in here because it should be in here. With just the top zipper. And so I encourage you, if any of you are interested, so in other words, instead of having the zipper here, it opens from the top. I'll have an example of that in just a minute. But she's excellent. She's a great teacher. It's well done, and I will link her FlossTube channel below. Okay, next, this is my red sampler that I am working on. I always have a red sampler that I work on every Thursday of the month, every Thursday, period. And this is a French Fancy by Mama Loves You GB. I am a sucker for these types of alphabets. But I am quite excited to say I am stitching this on a piece of 56 count coffee au lait, and I am using a Verissois Surfine 2644. And so this is my progress. So I think, yeah, this F is as far over as this first row goes. And so I continue to put in the border and then the letters. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at those sweet, sweet stitches. So that is a French Fancy by Mama Loves You GB. And it's on 56 count. And I love it. I love working on it. Okay, so that I may, because it might take me a long time to do, you know, a 56 count piece of that size. So I might stick in another smaller red sampler piece to have on the go as well, but we'll see. All right, my next piece is, was the Cotton and Twine January box from Historical Sampler Company. I have enjoyed and am enjoying being a collaborator with them. They just do a knockout job. And this is Stitching My Way to Happiness, and it is by Emma Congdon of Stitchrovia. And I'm really close to a finish, and that's why. So I'm using the 32 count piece of linen that came with the kit and the call for DMC. And so I almost have all of Happiness in. And so that puts, yeah, I still have two of the flowers, and I started the top of one of the flowers right there. I hear the shake, shake, shake of Miss Annie's collar and tags. So she's up and wandering around. But aren't those just sweet colors? And the kit came with the subscription box came with the hoop that you can frame it with, and so I'm very excited about that. So that is Stitching My Way to Happiness. Next we have Baldequin's Birdies by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I will run it across the bottom, but I want to urge you all to go and take a look. Kate, and it's L_Kate_stitches. Yes, and she is really getting close to a finish, and she is a fabulous stitcher. So I encourage you just to go and follow her on Instagram, because she has some extraordinary pieces. But I am using Baldequin Birdies as a focus piece for Andrew, the runner stitcher, his whip into shape. And this is a wonderful opportunity to work on a piece and train with Andrew for his marathon that he's going to run in August, which he has announced is in, I think he said, Sydney, Australia. I am so happy for him. I actually said, he probably needs a doctor, don't you think, to go with him and make sure he stays well hydrated. And I'm thinking so. But anyway, what you do is he has a wonderful spreadsheet, and at the end of every week, you know how many miles he's run, and I am running. I am stitching 10 stitches for every mile, and I have kept up with this, so I am very excited. And I'm stitching this on a 25 count light mushroom Lagana. I'm stitching it 1/1 with a Pirate and Robin cotton floss called Redstone. And this is my progress. So I've told a lot of you I just wanted to get to the bird, so I've got the bird's head started. Yes, Mel, there is no body yet, but it's coming. Oh, look at it. It's just so beautiful. Again, Jacob's stitching is just very relaxing for me. I don't feel like I really can make a mistake and feel very confident about fudging. I actually had to take this out and put it back in. But anyway, I like having it a part of the hashtag Whip into Shape because it's keeping me working on it. Okay, so that is the 2025 stitch along from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I encourage you, if you're not a member of Jacob's Patreon, it's like $2. I mean, 2.5 euros. I don't know how to say it. It's very inexpensive, and he's just been doing a series of polls regarding what he will do for the 2026 stitch along. So, and you know, he talks about his samplers, and we had early access to purchase a Cloud of Sweetness. So I encourage you all to go take a look at that because it is well worth it. And Jacob does do Zooms as well. Periodically, and he will discuss either a type of sampler or a sampler from a certain area. And so anyway, I just wanted to put that little plug in for Jacob's Patreon. All right, now, like last time when I worked on Vince's stocking, I didn't show it every time, but this is Aria's. And I did get something in, and so I feel like I will share it, but I probably won't show this every time. But I'm stitching this on a 14 count Aida in white with the called for DMC, and it has almost a completed cardinal. So what I've done is I started, you know, because this gets kind of boring. It's the same thing, and this will be all white. So I worked my way down, and then I've come over, and I have this in Markup XP, but there's a cardinal. So it is called a Wildlife Christmas. Yeah, a Wildlife Christmas stocking. It's by Linda Gillum, and it is a cooler design. So this will be Aria's stocking that she will receive for Christmas of 2026. Okay. And like I said, I won't. Oh, and speaking of not showing something every time, I am still using Pet All the Dogs by Teresa Kogut as a focus piece. And I'm working on it, giving it 7 days a month, but I just didn't feel like there was enough change in what you saw for me to do that. But the house is completely stitched, and that may have been last time, but I can't quite remember. So I'm very happy about that. I'm working on filling in the windows, but I still have a bit to do at the bottom. But I'll show it next time. So, okay, next. So I have 2 projects in this bag because they're small, And the first one is Nectar by the Artsy Housewife, and this is from her Patreon. And for many of you that know me, it's no surprise that I am doing a hummingbird. If you go back to, I think, the last 2 videos at the end, I have little recordings of my feeders. I just have 2 feeders, but I have a lot of hummingbirds, and I love them so much. So I am stitching this on a 25 count Lugana, and it is Rugged Rochester by Those Missing Stitches. And I'm using the called for DMC, and I did get to start on the, so this is gonna be the hummingbird. There is one more flower over here, and I did put some stitches in that. So this is a beautiful piece of fabric by Those Missing Stitches. I started this for the Colorado Cross Stitch summer camp. This was my June start. The hummingbird was to indicate that I am a daytime stitcher, but I know there's a moon in it. But anyway, there's a little silver slipper of a moon. Anyway, so that is Nectar, and that is by the Artsy Housewife. And also living in this bag is this fabulous pattern from Sobe Stitchery, Sarah. And this is Her Own Intentions, which is her own thoughts and reflections were habitually her best companions. Oh, it's Her Own Thoughts is the name of it, Jane Austen. And I just love working on this. But I did get, I got some more of the letters done here. I have finished this flower, and look how sweet. And it's on a piece of 46 count linen that was dyed, tea-dyed by Steph, Lake Girl Stitches. Hi, Steph. And so I love putting stitches in it. It is often what I call my happy hour stitch, which is usually from about 5 to 7. So that is Her Own Thoughts. But so I'm jumping the gun just a little, but this was part of a birthday present that I got from Lake Girl Stitches. And it is just beautiful. Look at the inside fabric. It has the double zipper. And this was also a little part of my birthday present. I will show you all of it with Happy Mail. But it is the perfect, and this is the Lori Hope panels. So they're gorgeous. So thank you, Steph, for that. Okay, we'll put these up. Okay. And then next, I actually also got some work done on Aria's birth sampler, birth announcement. So this is, it's called my Forest Friends, and it is by Anna X Stitch, and I got this on Etsy. And I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count historical beige by Fabric Flair. It was a piece that I just happened to have that was the perfect size, and but I am stitching it on the lighter side, not the printed side. So this is, so I got quite a bit done on this little porcupine, all of this around here. It's so sweet. She is probably heartbeats away from crawling. I really thought she would be crawling now because she was just almost there when she and Eva came over on the day after my birthday. But that is Forest Friends, and that will be Aria's birth sampler. And it matches pretty much with Vince's first sampler. They're of the same sort of genre, shall we say. Okay, next, this was one of my Whip Go calls for June, and that was Big Chicken, Little Chicken Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. I am stitching this with Ann, _Stitcher on Instagram. I'm very excited because I really want to do a mattress finish. So this is being stitched on a piece of 40 count old stationery by Seraphim. I'm using most of the called for, but I did substitute Cherry Cobbler for Weeks Dye Works Red Rocks, and I'm using Roxy Flossco Silver Birch for Tin Roof. And this is my progress. So I've got all the bird done except for the fill-in. I've started working on this. This will be the basket underneath. So pretty, but still so much to do because the bottom is stitched and the border is stitched. But it's so beautiful. So that is Big Chicken, Little Chicken by Stacy Nash. And it lives in this beautiful project bag that Ann made. It says Sarah Stitchy Spot. So, and with the beautiful William Morris fabric on the back. Oh! I am always so touched by all of your generosity. And then finally, this was and so I did complete 3 days on Big Chicken, Little Chicken, which is what I do for my Whip Go calls. And this was my second Whip Go call, which is Lady Halloween by Jardin Privé. And it also received 3 days. So I am stitching this on a 36 count Mellow by Picture This Plus. I'm using the Floramel Soie in Antique Black. And this is, so the final progress on the 3 days. So what I am doing, I am trying to come down the sides and go across the bottom so that I know that all of this lines up. So I got this in, I got the cat, I started this motif here, I came over here, and I started the cauldron. I did some of the bubbles. But isn't she cute? And then I'll go back up and fill in. So that is Lady Halloween. And that was my second Whip Go call for June. So far, I have met all of my Whip Go goals, and so I'm very happy about that. So I think I'll do my plans because I seem to always forget them. I will tell you what my new Whip Go calls are, which the numbers were 2 and 16. And for me, that was this Juneteenth Day by Shaded Stitchery. I'm very happy about that. And Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea. So both of those I am just thrilled about. And as I mentioned, I'm trying to do some Christmas in July. I'm hoping to get some ornaments done. I started the Satsuma, but I do have some prairie schoolers that just need to be made into ornaments. So I need to do that. And then I brought these 3 charts that I'm so interested in doing, or starting, because I wouldn't finish them. But I've always loved this, the Pomegranate Santa from Plum Street Samplers. I love that one. And I adore this one. This is Holly by Not Forgotten Farm. But going off a fabulous suggestion from Deborah, the Shingle Spring Stitcher, she likes to use the floche for her white. And I think that's an excellent idea. It is not available right now on 123 Stitch. So I left them my email to notify me when it comes back in. But anyway, Trisha, Preb 409, finished this, I think last year, and it is just so sweet. But those are, I have many other charts, but those are just high on the list. But I do plan to start this, and this is lit by the Artsy Housewife. And if you want to see an absolutely fabulous finish, go to Carolyn and Anna's channel, Curious Crafters, and Carolyn finished it on an incredible piece of fabric, and it is absolutely gorgeous. But this is just one of them that got me as soon as it was released. So I do have the thread for this one. I haven't picked out a fabric yet, but I'm hoping to start that this month. So those are my plans. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to show you the, we'll start into Happy Mail, but this is the cotton and twine stitch along for, it's a Halloween themed stitch along, and it's called Pumpkin Patch. And the box has arrived. Unfortunately, this is the gift box, and they are sold out. But it will give you an idea. Some of the individual components you can still purchase online. You can obviously purchase the chart, and the start date is July the 7th. I will have all that information where to go to order that, so you can pre-order that now. But I want to show you what came in the box. So, fudge. Yeah, and it is, home is where the fudge is, vanilla fudge. I'm thinking the brand is Johnny Doodle. So there's fudge. There's always a sweet. This darling little ornament, a little scary. It says, enter if you dare. Very cute. Then there is a fabulous needle minder. This is so cute. Look at this. So that needle minder, it comes in this really sweet little bag. There is a hoop. Yes, this is a nerd hoop. So that is fabulous. There is a place to put your threads. So gorgeous. There are a pair of stork scissors in black. Matches me. And this darling little trick-or-treat canvas bag. So, and then you get, obviously, you get the fabric, and I choose linen. You know, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, oh, this is not coming easy. There we go. So the linen comes, the DMC, and like I said, and then the, you know, of course the chart will be emailed. There is so this is the linen, this is the color palette. It comes with a needle as well. So that is the stitch along, and that is, I will have all the information down. It's the Pumpkin Patch Stitch Along, starting July 7th, and there will be 4 parts that will be emailed, usually every 2 weeks. So that is a fabulous box, and goodies. All right. And then we'll go into Happy Mail. I had, oh, well, and I didn't really buy anything this time, but I sort of did. But this is the new summer Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So I haven't even had a chance to look at it. Stan brought it in this morning from the mailbox from last night. We forgot to get the mail. But, okay. So I did want to show, I got a beautiful birthday card from Catherine, Stitching in Costume. I got a, is this the one to me or, no, okay. Then I got a beautiful birthday card from Desiree, and she sent on a this beautiful silk. Look at that. And it is French spun silk, and it's called Pale Plum by, it's www.stitchysilk.com. I'm not familiar with them, but it feels heavenly, and I look forward to using it. Desiree also sent a beautiful card for Stan that said, "You are loved." I got a fabulous card from Sarah of Sew Me Sarah, and she sent me her some of her floss drops, and I'm already using some, Sarah, I admit, with one of my new starts. So thank you, Sarah, so much for sending that. I really appreciate it. And then Teresa of Jersey. Oh, I'll run it down below. Why do I have trouble remembering things these days? She makes the lovely pins with her daughter. Jersey Stitch Co. is what I want to say, but that doesn't sound right. I will run it across the bottom. But so there was a birthday card, and then she also sent Stan a card, which was very sweet. So thank you, Teresa, and I'm so embarrassed. Jersey girl. Anyway, it'll have run across. Okay, so those were some cards that I wanted to make sure I shared with everybody. Next, as I have shared with you guys, I plan to start Elizabeth Stevenson from Hands Across the Sea. This is the Queen of the May with Alicia of Upper Meadow Design Company. She makes fabulous project bags, and I can prove it. She also sent some floss drops and some DMC. Oh, and there's a little 2025 charm. She sent a floss bed and needle holder, but which matches a project bag. She made one for each of us because we're going to start this together on July the 9th, which is Alicia's birthday start. So look how beautiful. And this is one of the, the top entrance bags. So, so that is Upper Meadow Design Company, and she makes exquisite bags. Look at that fabric on the inside. So, thank you so much. I am looking so forward to starting this. So, what I did get is I had to get a fat half of 40 count, and I'm using Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And I'm using the Vicki Clayton silks. And you can tell by just glancing there that they are gorgeous. So that will be a start. So any of you, would you let me know if you plan on starting this as well? I know many of you already have, but thank you so much, Alicia, for sending me this beautiful bag, and I look forward to starting that. And then I got a birthday box from Steph, Lake Girl Stitches, and you saw the bag that she made me. She sent 3 gorgeous belle soies. One is icing, one is strawberry shortcake, and the other is kiwi. Oh my goodness, luxurious. Now, these are 3 colors. If you did a 3-color choice of A Cloud of Happiness by Modern Folk Embroidery. I had already started with the DMC, but I'll find something to do with these. All right, so, and then you saw the little zipper, the zipper pull. Then I got this beautiful floss ring, and it says, cross-stitching each day keeps the crazy away, right? And this was made by Sweet Autumn Stitch. It's an Etsy shop, Sweet Autumn Stitch. The beautiful card. I got a piece of 46 count vintage meadow rue. Yeah. And then, oh, here we go. Well, I just got something that I didn't ever think that I would have. When I hold this up, before you even see what's inside, you'll know what it is. But I never thought I would own a pair of these Kohana scissors. And I will be transparent. I didn't wait to show you this box before I used them, but they're the pink ones. I love them. My review is I do a pin stitch. I've had no trouble. They are so light. They actually cut the thread, I think, when they just see the scissors coming. You know what I'm saying? The scissors approach, and the thread just parts like the Red Sea. So it's just this beautiful box with the so it made me feel very special and to be thought of as all of the generosity. But Steph, thank you so much. I will use them every day, and I will think of you every day. So, so that, okay, is my happy mail. So I think I'd like to just recap a little. The 10 people that that I called out your names for the Zoom on July 13th, you will be listed below. And if you haven't given me your email address, please go to the follow the link to the Google form. Give me your email address. The next Zoom will be Zoom number 19, and that will be July 27th. And so if you would like to be a part of that, please put Zoom in your comments. The giveaway will be the 2024 Happiness is Homemade Nashville Cookbook, and the word will be cake, generously provided by Lorraine. And I think we've got that. So if you are new, I hope you liked what you saw, and I hope you will subscribe, ring the bell, share, like, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. You can't let, I don't think we can let a day go by that we don't remember love, to love, to feel loved, empathy, compassion, caring. I've learned so much from all of you about all of these things. And we just need to be that force, because there's so many of us and we're all so loving. So we can make this world, we can do it. I know we can. So I think that I've covered everything on the table. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. And because I got all verklempt, I had to stop the flow. I love each and every one of you, from my toes to the tippity top of my head. So, bye-bye. Until next time.
Come over here. Yeah. It's hard, huh? You can do it.
Nice work, team. Nice work, team. Watch the corner. Nice work. The baby all right? Have a good time?